what have we done in our society that we cannot look out for each other? We've gotten so separate, jaded.
Do you want to live in a society where people die on the streets? Or do you want to put some of our money toward a solution that can stop most of that?
Step Up is an organization dedicated to assisting people with serious mental health issues, many of whom are chronically homeless, to really find lives of recovery.
We are dealing with folks with trimorbidity, so it's Axis 1 diagnosis, it's a chronic health condition, substance misuse, so a lot of them are addicts.
I'll be here after 12 right here.
Okay.
If I live up there, you'd have to go through the whole living
All through here?
to get up there.
Got it. All right, I'll come meet you here tomorrow at 12.
Okay.
Okay.
When we say we're going to go back and we actually show up, the first thing out of the mouth is, I didn't think you were going to come back.
The more we show up, so for me, it took me 3 months to show up every day consistently to show them that, this is going to be different. This is going to be a different approach.
I think we approach our work in a very humble way. We really need to understand the person and where they're coming from, where they've been.
It was 2009 housing bubble. Economy collapsed. I've lost everything then.
Foster care has just rumors about what goes on and all that, and I was raped. Me and my sister. So I found, sanctuary, or however you want to say it, on the streets. I started doing drugs.
I 51-50'd myself, I think 3 times in 1 month.
What's that?
Just causing harm to myself, being suicidal.
They say I have post-traumatic stress syndrome. I don't recognize it as that. It's just, I'm crazy.
My alcoholism was there. Finding a job, trying to hold a job, was very hard to do.
I had a drug and alcohol problem, lost my job, I had to put everything into storage, I lost that, and I wound up living in a tent in the Santa Ana riverbed in Orange County.
You add it all up and it's like 12 years of homelessness.
How long have you been homeless overall?
Overall?
Yeah. Been a hot minute, huh?
Yeah.
And we take on these folks and we work with them. Let's see what your needs are. I respect you as a human being, and I'm going to try to bring you back into the human family. And one of the things that gets someone back in the human family is to get somebody into housing.
House them first, no matter their barriers, right? Yeah.
When Housing First came along and we adapted that model into our work, it was a relief. The challenges that come along with that are you are moving people into housing that don't have a lot of the skills necessary.
They've been unhoused so long that, moving into these 4 walls is kind of like it's a transition. It's a transition period where they need a lot of support.
These are just some resources that you can use, like temporary.
Okay.
And right now we're gonna put you into the database for permanent housing.
Okay.
When I started in 2002, I think we had 35 employees. Now we've added 200 to that number.
We started as a mental health services provider, but we didn't stop there because we realized mental health support without housing, people won't succeed and people won't recover. So we got into the housing development business. This is one of 4 or 5 motels we're going to be converting. They convert fairly quickly. You turn the motel unit into a studio apartment. We're looking at modular housing as one of the solutions. We're looking at manufactured homes. We have our own buildings. We have 9 right now, and we have 9 in construction starting this year. So we're across Southern California, and it's not only California, but in Florida as well. So we just went national. And then Atlanta saw what we were doing in Florida and said, well, would Step Up consider coming to Atlanta?
There's a lot of programs all around the country that do permanent supportive housing, that do Housing First, but I think it's the way that Step Up does Housing First that really sets us apart.
In most organizations, the more you say, the less they want to help. With our organization, the more you say, the better it is for yourself.
This is really hard work. It's really hard work. It's some of the hardest work that I've done.
When I met Step Up, at the time I was on drugs, and they saw that.
She had daggers in her eyes the first time we met her.
Yeah, I was a lunatic. I was not easy to talk to. I was not having it.
It was just a really gradual building of trust with her, and showing up when we said we were going to show up, following through with what we said we were going to do, and really just believing in her and supporting her.
They didn't push it. They didn't say, oh, well, you got to do this because this is going to happen. No, it wasn't even like that. It was just, if this is what you want to do, then we can help you do it, no matter what it is. They're more than just staff. They're more than just people trying to get people off the streets. They're people who care. And care that you succeed, and not just care that you get off the streets.
Somebody reached out and grabbed my hand that day and said, it's gonna be all right here. It's gonna be okay. That was it. That was the turning point.
Step Up here is outstanding. I have a life now. I have a family now. And the grandkids know that they have a grandfather. And the grandfather's alive, kicking, on Facebook.
This time last year, I'm sleeping in a tent in the Santa Ana riverbed. This year, I'm living in Hollywood by Sunset Boulevard. That is so cool. I think it's so cool. I'm so happy.
You never leave anybody behind, and we always want to leave them with hope instead of being hopeless, so we don't turn anybody down for services.
I could see us really putting a dent in homelessness. I really can, yes, with this agency.
We're going to be out here again tomorrow, and we'll see if you guys can go in a couple because it's a 1-unit apartment.
As intense as the work is, the rewards are 10 times as intense and wonderful and fulfilling. So.
Will you, Doug?